Okay, so we are going to do the SPS work for correlation, but before that, let's just do a little bit lecture. Okay, everybody remember when I draw the statistical map, who is the correlation belong to? Remember we have a map, and we have a left side comparison, right side relationship. Everybody remember? Remember? So correlation actually belongs to relationship. Okay? So when you are working on correlation, okay, now correlation usually, when you see correlation, people draw the chart like this. Draw the chart like this. Okay? And so if you can recall from your statistics class, the teacher may tell you correlation can be positive, can be negative, right? So if you see the chart like this, are they belong to positive correlation or they are negative correlation? Like this. This means positive. Okay, so you can see this. They study about grades and our study. Okay, so mean if you study more, your grade is higher, and they say R equal 0.89. Okay, so that means positive correlation. Okay, so correlation research design. How many of you think you are going to use some correlation in your research? Okay, okay. So when you do correlation, you want to see two, usually you do two, okay, to see are they related to each other. Okay, so when we calculate correlation, you get the two information. One is strength, one is direction. Okay, so the strength right here, positive one and negative one. Okay, so negative it means direction. Okay, and then the number is mean strength. Okay. So like this one, can somebody tell me how good this correlation? Can somebody tell me how good is correlation? 0.90. How close 0.90 to 1? How close? Almost, right? So that's very, very good correlation, but also depend on their sign. Okay. Well, sometimes just because they are negative, it's not mean they don't have good correlation. Just mean their correlation is in negative side. Okay, negative side. Okay, so this is just show you. If I give you exam, and I say I list a couple correlation. One is negative 1.3. Even able to write this one. If I say I got a correlation negative 1.3, correlation positive 0.90, correlation negative 0.50, correlation positive 50. Which one is the highest correlation? If I had number like this, which one is the highest correlation? Which one? Huh? 1.3 is right or wrong? Looks like it's highest. But nobody can over 1. You cannot over 1 for correlation. Okay, the highest number is 1. Okay, so this is tricky. This is tricky. This is not even allowed to exist. Okay, so if you, of course, if you run SPS, you have no way to make that mistake. But remember, when you in statistics class, you need to do hand calculation. If you got your R over 1, you don't even need ask your teacher it's right or wrong, you already know it's wrong, okay? So that one is not exist. Okay, so for these three, which one is the highest? Which one is highest? This one. Which one? 0.9, right? The other. And then if 0.9 is negative, that's the highest. That's the highest because I didn't ask the direction. I just say the strength. Okay? So just be very, very, very careful when you are doing your correlation. Make sure you watch that number. Okay? So that this will be strength and now be the direction. Okay? Then this is the way, when you are doing your correlation, that's the way, scale apart, they show where is each number located. Okay, and data X and Y. Okay, which one is positive, which one is negative? Which one is positive correlation, which one is negative correlation? Which one is positive? This one or this one? This one, right? More is better. This one is more is worse. Okay, so that is the direction. Okay, that's positive, negative. Okay, so this is the correlation. Let's see how do we do in SPSS. Okay, so is anybody open your data yet? Okay, does anybody have data like this? Okay, now let's open our worksheet. Go back to your Moodle and then under Pearson correlation. Open this worksheet. Okay, don't worry about the data you already have, okay? So when we start to do the testing, first thing you need to do is write down hypothesis. And this hypothesis, I give you example. So I expect when you are doing your research paper, you need to write hypothesis, something like this. Okay, so here I give you example so you don't need to write down, okay? Now, I ask you show the result about the correlation between class attendance and GPA. Okay, so I want you to go to your data. Okay, go to your data. Okay, now go to your analyze. Okay, now find something called correlate. Can you see correlate? Yes. Okay, click that. And click bivariate. Bivariate. Okay? Okay, I'm looking for GPA and class attendance, right? Okay, so click those two, attendance and GPA. Okay? Then just say okay. Okay? Do you see this? Okay. Now, click. Let's copy this to your worksheet. Yes? Are you okay? Okay now? Okay. Everybody okay? Are you two able to follow? Okay, so click your mouse and click your right side mouse and say copy. Copy. Okay, then back to your Word document and paste here. Okay. So what's this real mean? You know, SPS. So you okay? You got it? You got it? Okay. Sarah, you got it? Okay. So it's so easy, but what's that mean? Can somebody tell me what's the attendance GPA? What's that mean? So you can see attendance compared with attendance. Don't worry about this. It's 1 because it's themselves, okay? But attendance and GPA, same as GPA attendance. You see the same number. So 0.244, that's your correlation. So if you want to, if we put into our R, remember correlation is R, this will be positive 0.244. Right? So in your worksheet, here, I want you to type here. Okay, so here will be, again, I give you example how to write the result. Okay, so in your research paper, you can write like this. A Pearson correlation was calculated. Examine the relationship between participant class attendance and GPA. Okay, first of all, is that positive or negative correlation? Positive, so let's highlight the positive. Let's underline a positive. Okay, a positive correlation that was or was not. Okay, now I want you to look at SIG, the number. Look at this number. Okay, and I want you to, right now, from this moment, remember this number, we call this number is P, and this number have to be smaller than 0.05 to be significant. Okay, this number have to be smaller than 0.05 to be significant. That means you can reject, and you can watch the video. Okay, you can reject your non-hypothesis. However, is this number smaller or greater right now? I said this number have to be less than 0.05 to be rejected. But look at this number right now. It's what? Huh? Bigger. So that means when you are in the normal distribution, you set 0.05. It's bigger than 0.05. This number right now is greater than 0.05. Do you see that number greater than 0.05, 0.497, right? So then in your worksheet, do you need to say was or was not? No. Okay, so you highlight was not. Okay, significant was not, significant was not found. That word so strange, what I'm doing. Was not significant. Okay, get rid of that was not. It's so, okay. Okay, so was not significant. Okay, so your R, okay, inside your R is degree of freedom. So for your R, the number, please subtract this number to 2. So 10 subtract 2 is what? 8, right? Put A there. Tab A, yes?
I'm sorry, where was the 2 from?
Because we have 2 data.
Okay.
Because we have 2 data. Okay? We have 2 data, so you subtract 2. Okay, so put A here. Okay, and then equal what? What's your R? What's your R? 0.244, right? You follow me? Right? This R is that one, 2.244, right? Okay. And are they greater than 0.05 or smaller? Greater or less? Greater. Okay, greater. Okay, greater H of that is under this underline. Okay, so now, if you go back to your hypothesis, we say non-hypothesis is there are no significant correlation, right? And then research hypothesis, yes, they do. Yes, they do, right? And so right now, according to this, are they not or they yes? We got a 0.244, and our P is greater than 0.05. So are we reject this one, or we reject this one? Which one we reject? Which one we not agree? Which one we not agree? Are we agree this is not significant? We agree this, right? You agree this one, right? Okay, so look at the example I give to you, the result. Reject or fail to reject HO. Fail to reject, because we agree. Everybody follow me? Okay, because when we do statistics, we don't say accept, we just say fail to reject. Okay? So, I'll make sure everybody okay with this, because we are going to do next one. So look at this, see if you understand what's going on here. So this one. And this also the format. When you write your research paper under the result section, you can just write like this. Your hypothesis, your result, and your conclusion. Okay? Got it? Got it? Got it? Got it? You guys okay? Okay, let's try next one. So correlation H is very easy. Okay, so the next one, you are testing correlation between class attendance and total Q. Okay, now what did you type here? I didn't write down here. I want you to do that your own. So what do we type? We just type class attendance and total Q, right? You can even just copy paste. So you type, you're doing the class attendance and total Q. Okay, so then let's do it. You back to where? Where? Tell me, say loud. You analyze, and then where? Correlate and bivariate, right? And reset this one. Okay, so we are looking for attendance and total Q. Okay, so you pick attendance and total Q. Okay, then okay. Okay, then copy. Okay, and test. Okay. Are you okay?
Mine doesn't have the total Q on it.
You because last time you didn't do total Q.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do very quick. You just go to the. Okay, you don't know total Q. Go to transform. Okay, compute variable. Go back to your data.
Yeah.
and compute variable. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, then type total Q here under the target variable. Type total Q. Okay, type total Q. Okay.
I'm confused. How'd you get there?
Transform
Okay.
on the top. Transform target compute variable,
Yeah.
and then you click it. You get this. Okay. Then type total Q.
Yeah.
And then here, go to this side, find the statistic. Here,
Yeah.
okay, and then find the sum.
Okay.
Okay, and then click Q1. Okay, and type TO.
Is there a copy between?
Okay, make sure you have space,
Okay.
and then click Q3. Got it? And get rid of question mark and comma, and say okay. Then your data, look back your data. You have total Q. Your data have total Q?
It says the expression is
Did you see total Q? There are two. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So for and then run the correlation. Okay. Okay. So for those of you already got this, then what's your decision? What's your decision? So a Pearson correlation was calculated, examine the relation between participants. Again, let's say attendance and their total Q. Okay, now is a positive or negative correlation? Is a positive or negative correlation for this one? Negative. Okay, so underline negative. Okay, and then, okay, look at this P. What happened to P this time? P, what happened to P? Are they still bigger than 0.05, right? Right? So still bad news, right? So, what is your degree of freedom? Oh, no, here, we need to say was not. Okay, was not. And this still A. Okay, equal what? Negative 0.066 and P is greater than 0.05. And reject or fail to reject. Are we fail? Are we fail? We are reject. They are 0.05. They are greater than 0.05. So we fail to reject or we reject?
Fail.
We still fail. Okay, so fail to reject. So that means the total Q and attendance have no relationship. Okay, the last one. We are looking for GPA and total Q. So GPA and total Q. Okay. just remind you, when you are doing your research paper or when you do my exam, make sure HO is always not, okay? No significant there, and then your research hypothesis, yes, they have a significant, okay? Okay, now let's run it. GPA and total Q. GPA, correlation, GPA, and total Q. Okay. So you have this GPA and total Q, GPA, and their total Q. Okay, what kind of correlation? Positive, negative? Still positive. This time is positive. Okay, and they still no significant, was not. And then the degree freedom is same, 8, equal 0.093, and they are greater, and they fail to reject. Okay, so when you finish, you save it and you submit. You submit to the under the Pearson correlation practice here.
Just the Word document?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in your Word document, the one you open, the copy paste your table, and make sure you write down all the information. Only 3 questions. Save it and submit before you walk out the class. Okay? Yes? Your problem? Okay, just a second.